A journey through our solar system. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine you're drifting through the vast darkness of space. You're beginning a journey that started 4.6 billion years ago, when a massive cloud of gas and dust began to collapse in on itself, spinning faster and faster until it ignited at its center. That spark became our sun. The sun is so large that over 1 million Earths could fit inside it, yet it's just an ordinary star among billions. But to us it's everything. Every 8 minutes, light leaves the sun's surface and travels 93 million miles to warm our faces. That light you see right now actually began its journey as energy deep in the sun's core over 100,000 years ago, bouncing from atom to atom before finally escaping into space. As we drift away from the sun's embrace, we pass the swift messenger, Mercury. This small world races around the sun in just 88 days, but spins so slowly on its axis that a single day on Mercury lasts longer than its entire year. During its long days, temperatures soar to 800 degrees Fahrenheit, yet at night, with no atmosphere to hold the warmth, they plunge to negative 290 degrees. Further out, we encounter Venus, Earth's mysterious twin. She's nearly the same size as our home, but she chose a very different path. Thick clouds of sulfuric acid shroud her surface, trapping heat until her ground temperature reaches 900 degrees, hot enough to melt lead. Venus also decided to spin backwards, the only planet in our solar system to rotate in the opposite direction, perhaps from an ancient collision that changed her fate forever. And then there's home. Earth, the blue marble, the only place in the known universe where life flourishes. From space you can see why. Our world is covered in liquid water, something incredibly rare in the cosmos. 3/4 of our planet's surface gleams with oceans, and surrounding it all is a delicate blanket of atmosphere just 60 miles thick. It seems so fragile from out here, this thin layer that makes all life possible. The moon keeps watch nearby, always showing us the same face. She's slowly drifting away from us, about 1.5 inches each year, but don't worry, she'll stay our companion for billions of years to come. She creates our tides, stabilizes our seasons, and once upon a time, she was part of Earth itself, torn away by a collision with another world when our planet was young. Mars awaits beyond Earth, the red planet that has captured human imagination for centuries. That rust-red color comes from iron oxide in its soil. Essentially, Mars is a planet-sized desert of rust. But Mars wasn't always cold and dry. Billions of years ago, rivers carved through its surface, and an ocean may have covered much of its northern hemisphere. Where that water went remains one of Mars' greatest mysteries. Between Mars and Jupiter lies a ring of rubble, millions of asteroids that never quite became a planet. They orbit in a belt, remnants of our solar system's formation, prevented from combining by Jupiter's immense gravity, stirring them up like a cosmic spoon in a bowl of stones. And what gravity Jupiter has! This giant contains more mass than all the other planets combined. You could fit 1,300 Earths inside Jupiter's volume, yet despite its size, it spins completely around in less than 10 hours. This rapid rotation stretches the planet at its equator and creates storms that rage for centuries. The Great Red Spot, a hurricane larger than Earth itself, has been swirling in Jupiter's atmosphere for at least 400 years, and shows no signs of stopping. Jupiter has its own miniature solar system. At least 95 moons orbit this giant. 4 of them are large enough to have been spotted by Galileo with his primitive telescope in 1610. Europa, one of these moons, hides an ocean beneath its icy crust that contains more water than all of Earth's oceans combined. Far below that ice, in the darkness of that alien sea, who knows what might exist? Beyond Jupiter we find Saturn, the jewel of the solar system. Those magnificent rings stretch out 175,000 miles from the planet, yet they're remarkably thin. In most places, only about 30 feet thick. They're made of billions of chunks of ice and rock, some as small as grains of sand, others as large as mountains, all orbiting in a cosmic dance. But these rings won't last forever. Scientists believe they're slowly falling into Saturn like rain, and in perhaps 100 million years, they'll be gone. Saturn itself is so light that if you could find an ocean large enough, the planet would float. It's the only planet in our solar system less dense than water. Uranus rolls along its path in the strangest way. While all the other planets spin roughly upright like tops, Uranus rotates on its side like a ball rolling along the floor. Scientists believe another world crashed into Uranus long ago, knocking it over. This sideways spin means that for part of its 84-year orbit, the planet's north pole points directly at the Sun, giving it 42 years of continuous daylight, followed by 42 years of darkness. Finally, at the edge of the classical solar system, Neptune swims through the darkness. Though it's the farthest planet from the Sun, Neptune isn't the coldest. That title belongs to Uranus. Neptune has its own internal heat source, warming it from within. And despite being so far from the Sun where sunlight is 900 times weaker than on Earth, Neptune still has the strongest winds in the solar system, with gusts reaching 1,200 miles per hour. But the solar system doesn't end at Neptune. Beyond it lies the Kuiper Belt, home to countless icy worlds including Pluto, and beyond that, the Oort cloud, a spherical shell of frozen comets that marks the true edge of the Sun's influence. This cloud extends nearly halfway to the nearest star, a distance light takes over a year to cross. And still, the Sun's gravity reaches out, holding all these worlds in their eternal dance. We are all children of the same stellar nursery, made from the dust of ancient stars that died long before our Sun was born. Every atom in your body was forged in the heart of a star or in the violence of its death. We are, quite literally, made of stardust on a journey through the cosmos. Our solar system is just one small neighborhood in a galaxy of 200 billion stars, and that galaxy is one among trillions in the observable universe. Yet here we are on our blue marble, looking up at the night sky and wondering. And that sense of wonder, that curiosity, that's perhaps the most remarkable thing in the solar system of all.